Brilliant performances are being displayed in the NBA by young players, especially by the point guards. Which young stars playing ranks at what number? Where does Williamson rank after missing the entire regular season due to a fractured right foot? Which young stars are destined to climb the list over the next few seasons? Look no further. Today we have a look through the NBA 25 under 25 players based on their potential future. Starting us off is Jaren Jackson Jr. Jackson ranked first in the most blocks per game, block rate, and smaller opponents chased at the power forward on the perimeter. When considering a list of Defensive Player of the Year, count him in due to his rim protection ability, having fully recovered after 2020 knee surgery, regaining the offensive success he enjoyed in 2019 through 20, when he hit a career high 39% of his threes in what follows. Next, we have Tyrese Maxey. Owing to his non-stop energy, Maxey's leading the 76ers in total minutes. His three-point percentage has improved from 30.4% as a rookie to 42.7% this season. When counting turnover-prone guards in the league while pressuring opposing defenses with his speed, count him out. Do you think continuous improvement as a decision-maker will give Maxey a better position on this list? Moving forward to John Collins, Collins proved capable of defending a variety of opposing power forwards. However, the two-way play cost Collins his offense, which has been off track. His scoring average since average a career-high 21.6 PPG on the lottery-bound 2019 through 20 Hawks has been on downwards trends over the past two seasons. Following that, we have De'Aaron Fox. Fox ranked 22nd since we consider the body of work during a full season for this list. He averaged 29.3 points and 7.5 assists in the 11 games since mid-February and averaged 28.5 points and 6.6 assists last year after the break. Forging ahead, we have Jalen Green, averaging 26.1 points on 54% from 2 and 41% from 3. Jalen confirms why he was the number 2 pick in the draft over his last 10 games. Have you witnessed the savage dunks and pull-up threes from NBA All-Stars? Those are Jalen highlights. However, his steadiness as a playmaker and defense must be worked on for him to climb up the list the next season. Moving on to Tyler Hero, 20-25-point games off the bench in one season, only being compared to Ricky Pierce's record in 1990 through 91. What an average starter minutes of 32.7 this season and not starting more than 15 games. Do you think that's brilliant? If this six-man roles fool you, then you're mistaken. At least 20 points scored for the Heat when they were 28-9 in games. Absolute Hero's ability. Following is DeAndre Ayton. Ayton averaged 19.6 points and 11.5 rebounds after the lackluster attempt. This came after the early March 8-point, 3-rebound game against the Knicks that left him on the brink of being not considered for this list. Ayton has a superb shooting ability of the three ball this season. He shot 6 for 17 from deep, 20 points and 10 rebounds for his contributions to Phoenix at 12-1 in games. Next spot goes to Jarrett Allen. Only 51% of their attempts within 5 feet is what Brooklyn Nets opponents made when Allen was their primary defender. He owes a lot to his association with Garland for his role as a bigger part of the offense, having an average career high 16.1 PPG on nearly 68% shooting. He ranks second amid league-wide qualifying players. For sure, his first complete year in Cleveland contributed to his blossoming into an all-star. Next up is Desmond Bane. At least 3 three-pointers per game. Can you imagine that? Well, only Bane has done that currently. Talks of the top 5 in scoring efficiency out of off-ball screens and handoffs. He is there. He's the best above the break shooter in the league with an added mid-range game and improving passing. The next steps for him are around the rim improvement, improving his left-handed passing and attracting more fouls. And now for Miles Bridges. Bridges boasts of being among the 5 players averaging 20 points, 50% field goal and 40% three-point since the All-Star break as per ESPN stats and information research. Talk of career highs in points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks. All of these have been posted by Bridges. He's an experienced tremendous in development. Going on, we have Evan Mobley, one of the best perimeter defenders at 7 feet tall with a 7'5" wingspan and held opponents on the 3rd lowest field goal percentage on shots within 6 feet. All these at just 20 years. With his defensive versatility, who will dare say that he does not have the making of a future defensive player of the year? A lob threat showing a special handle, agility, and feel, just what Mobley is during the offense. Landing at Tyrese Halliburton for the next position. Guess the sole player averaging 9.5 assists, 4.5 rebounds, and shot at least 40% from the field and 3 in the trade deadline. Who else but Halliburton? A cornerstone player for the Pacers, as shown by his brief tenure as there since the trading deadline, averaging 17.4 points, 9.6 assists, and 49.5% shooting off the field and 42% from deep in 24 games. For sure the rank is deserved. Next on the list is Scotty Barnes, playing like a center out of the short roll, doing close to all there is nothing to do in between, and like a point guard, he brings the ball up the floor. Barnes does all that defending 1 through 5 in a pinch. What a positionless player. Top 5 rankings in steals, rebounds, minutes, points, assists, and blocks, improvement in shooting and defending consistently will land him in the next top 10. As for the number 12 on my list, that's Brandon Ingram. Ingram's new career highs of 29% usage rate and 5.9 assists per 36 minutes, forced by Zion's absence to engage in more shot creation than ever. His proficiency was affected a little under the workload, a player whose importance was his own absence with him sidelined. The Pelicans had an awful 7-20 compared to 29-26 with Ingram playing. Landing just one spot out of the top 10 is Anthony Edwards. Edwards would rank in the top 5 in terms of his ability when he's at his optimum, averaging 21.3 points on 52% from 2 and 36 from 3 at just 20 years old. Edwards has confirmed he can do both with the type of space creation you rarely see from players his age. However, he should work on his decision-making and off-ball defense. Going forward, we have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander equaled a career-high 24.5 ppg before being sidelined by ankle soreness in March. This is despite declining from 42% beyond the arc in 2020-2021 to 30% this season, though. Gilgeous-Alexander displayed the willingness to extend his usage to a career-high 31%. That will reduce with more help next season as Oklahoma City's rebuilding begins to take shape. Next on is Darius Garland, drafted in his first All-Star team and played a lead role to the Cavaliers' cumulative win from the previous 2 seasons. Since March 1st, Garland averaged 25.2 points and 10.8 assists and is one of 2 who averaged 25 points and 10 assists during that period. He's also rated the best in assists since March 1st. Moving on to Bam Adebayo. Among the multifaceted players, Adebayo has anchored a Heat defense that has an average rating of 8 in the defensive prophecy over the previous 5 seasons, 4 months to his 25th birthday. Adebayo had 3 games and 20 points and 15 rebounds in 2021-22, the highest for a season in his career. The next spot goes to Zion Williamson. It's easy to let slip how dominant Williamson was during a healthy 2020-21 when he averaged 27 ppg, 7.2 rpg, and 3.7 apg, while making 62% of his 2-point attempts and was chosen as an all-star reserve. Even so, Williamson was now missing long stretches in 2 of his inaugural 3 seasons. Up next is Cade Cunningham. Cunningham has proven that he can be Detroit's primary ball handler. Cunningham should reduce careless turnovers, stabilize the 3-ball, and carry on upgrading as a finisher. If the Pistons can include Chet Holmgren, Jabari Smith, or Paolo Banchero, I'd anticipate for an all-star caliber year 2 from Cunningham. Favorite for number 5 is LaMelo Ball. Ball is distinctively one of the best passers. He's the youngest athlete in history to make over 200 threes for the 20-year-old Ball, turning Charlotte into a playoff hopeful like Morant has done in Memphis, while improving as a defender and finisher ought to be his offseason goal. Earning the next spot is Trae Young. Young's size restricted him from the playoffs was a worry. Whoops, Atlanta unexpectedly reached the conference final, credit due to Young's playmaking. Even though the Hawks have dropped back in the play-in this year, it's now unfolded Young's offensive skills outweighs his defensive imperfections. Coming in is Ja Morant. Morant has made a momentous leap in his career after leading the Grizzlies to their second best record at just 22. Morant is one of 6 players to average not less than 27 points and 6 assists. He has increased his shooting to 34.4% and is also one of the top paint scorers. Morant should focus on bettering his defense and durability. An honorable mention goes to Jason Tatum. Apart from Tatum lifting himself from a perennial all-star to now a player whose name will appear on the NBA All-Star team this year, he is truly a franchise player. Tatum is among those who average 30 points while shooting 50% from the field, 40 on the threes. Tatum received most votes for MVP. And finally, we have Luka Doncic. Doncic tops our rankings at 23. He still has another year of eligibility here. He's taken another leap in the spectacular growth during year 4 in the NBA, guiding the Mavericks to 50-plus wins for the first time since 2014 through 15, behind a career-high 37% usage rate. Luka sealed his slot in list due to his splendid performance. Unfortunately, that's going to mark the end of our video for today, my friends, but make sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more great NBA content. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.